just know, like, okay, Lord, it's been a minute. I need to kind of pull away and rest with you, or I'll probably take a week off from like my social groups or a calendar and do that, whatever you have given your schedule, right? To pull away with him so that you're not denying that entrance to it. Because when you get left out of his rest, what the Lord showed me is it's not always fatality, right? It's not that you'll pass on and that's it and that's the way it goes. Sometimes it's that in a season of your life where you would have benefited from a relationship with Christ, you would have probably done way better in that warfare season than you would have if you didn't access that rest with him and identity. If you didn't do like Peter and them on the boat, instead of like freaking out at the storm going on around them, they should have just went and laid down with Jesus, because you know when he wakes up, he's not inactive. And you know when he wakes up, he's unchallenged. Nobody can stand or hold a candle or a flame to our bright and morning star, right? Nobody can. He's King of Kings. Like, he cannot be touched, right? So in the midst of a season where you deny his rest, well, while he's resting, because he knows he's about to deal with it, he's strategic. He got a lot going on. He got a lot planned. He already know what he gonna do and how he gonna do it. You're up on the boat and you're freaking out at the storm, out of your control. You're not being able to understand if he cares about you or not, because it seems like he's silent. And why aren't you hearing me? Why don't you care about me? Where are the resources, Lord? The rope then disappeared in the ocean. This storm came out of nowhere. I'm not prepared. You see how the anxiety, you see how the flesh is prone to being stuck in a tornado and a spiral of things back to back to back. And then you're not entering to his rest. So guess what? That whole boat ride, you just went through an unnecessary storm that could have been a storm, yes, but you could have been in a Sabbath place of rest with him to know. And the way you enter into his rest is to understand who he is. And that's where the word of God is like, you stand firm on that, but you also invite him into those areas in your life where you need that. So you were just saying your discernment is something where you know you hear from him, but then the enemy is battling that. When you pull away into your rest place with him and you stand on his word and the characteristics and the nature of who he is, when you hear his voice, you're going to be like, oh, I already know. This is the enemy trying to come at me with X, Y, or Z, or da, 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 da. And this time, instead of like how you once were before you entered into rest, battling back and forth, you're able to be like, yeah, the Lord rebuke you, Satan. Get out my face. I'm not doing this with you. I'm painting with Jesus right now. And so that's like a thing. And so I did make it a series, and I talked about other examples on my page about that. I'm not sure if you were able to see it, but I actually have a podcast episode on this and that, because I am